Okay, back at the lake. Was at another lake yesterday, but I got the video recording. I had a special moment when a snake popped out next to me. That was fun. Ever try to jump out of water hip deep? Kind of hard. Anyway, yeah, the new area. It's the same kind of lake, but in a different area where there's a lot of these campgrounds. But I see a lot of people swimming. It's like a little peninsula that goes that way. You see people down there swimming as well. Kind of really not a marked off beach, but I see a lot of people in here. So we're gonna get away from the main crowd and hit this area. I'm gonna start with this because it covers more ground, because I want to cover a lot of area. Getting back to that video yesterday, I was wearing the I don't know if it's just my machine or what, but this shaft is really, as you can see, is very hard to pull in and out. I've cleaned it too. I had the remote control around my neck, and boy, I tell you what, you want to talk about an annoying video. I don't know if I'm going to be able to edit all that noise out, because it's just screaming in, you know, by the camera on my chest. So oops, that wasn't it just didn't turn out, and I've never really done it with this machine, water hunt, so yesterday was kind of practice. Go ahead and get this thing set up and get in the water. Away we go. That's your antenna and your clip. It's a little rubber band. Deus provides all this stuff for you. It's in. Should carry a spare in case that one hits something and floats off. All right. Can't use this, unfortunately. I like carrying it, but because it's muddy lake. You see that crack? I think that's just a weak spot here on these, because this isn't, you know, it's 2 turns from full tight to full torque. You set it down, seat it on the, and then you turn it, right? And I'll tell you, this thing gets super tight. It gets very tight, and I don't like it. This plastic, this wall is too thin, or the plastic's not durable enough, but it's split all the way through, so there's no taking this in the water, unfortunately. The crack runs all the way up. Kind of back thread it until you feel it seat. You'll feel that click. There we go. And front seat it. I don't know if that's even 2 turns. And then there's the crack. So anyway, I can't get an answer from Deus regarding warranty, so that's got to stay in the car. It kind of teeds me off, because when you're digging in mud, you need your pinpointer to go after what's in the clay. But at this point, I'm just using the coil. I'll take the head strap with me, but I'll mount this. Yeah, it's airtight. I'll mount this on my arm. Kind of like so, and it works. It works, no problem. The recording's just awful. And just take a peek. All right, get set up and go. Well, learned one thing. You ain't gonna be doing too much digging with the 50. Well, you're gonna be doing a lot of digging with that 15-inch coil, but you ain't gonna be doing a lot of recovery. I'll tell you what, when you're in this water, you can't see. It is damn near impossible. Got an 80 here, using the 9-inch now, but I don't know. I think I've dug 5 targets with that 15 in this mud, and I gave up. She went back to the car and got we're trying to recover an 80 here. Sounds really good. I think I keep missing it though. It's in the hole. It's down deep. This is like sandy here or something. Here it's in the scooping in. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. What's that look like to you? It looks like a shiny gold ring. Wow. Pretty. A little stone in it. There's people on each side of me, so it's down in the dirt a little bit, but glass rings. There's a 32. I'm sorry, I have to see this. I think it's 1932. Wow. That is pretty. Do not have my reading glasses. Got an inscription in there? No. It's ringing up in 90s though. Wonder if it's a gold-plated silver ring. No, 78, 82. No, I got a 14K ring that rings up at 78. Anyway, look at that big ring, man. Heavy. Oh, and I brought my stuck in my gut. Brought in my Myers metal detector bag. Mr. Myers doesn't know me. And metal detector guru.com. It's got a lot of nice stuff out of Tampa. Support them. I know I did. Bought some stuff from them. Okay, one gold ring in the bag. On we go. 687. I had to turn the remote control off, guys, because you want to talk about driving yourself crazy. I looked at that video I made yesterday with the remote control right next to me. By the way, this is only about a foot away from that ring, and I'm here to tell you there was no little gray matter. There was no making a video. 5-ounce lead. I just keep this in the bag, keep it from floating and stuff. Sometimes it gets to floating. Okay, little lead there. That one's down there. It's in my hand. It's a sinker. Okay. Another sinker, 4-ouncer. Alright, on to the next. Spinner. What we used to call a spinner. We didn't use these in Panama. We use them up here in the States quite a bit successfully. But we didn't use them. I don't know what that is. It flew out of the scoop when I was shaking it. Now it's in the scoop. Oh, I can't lift it. Must be fishing line. There it is. That's why I kept pulling it. I kept yanking on it, man. Oh, I kept yanking on it, and it kept pulling itself out of the scoop. No wonder it's gonna go crazy again here. Like, what in the world, man? Giant scoop, and I can't get this out. Okay, more lead in the bag. 66 nickel. Alright, I think we got a quarter here. Got that 95, 94. A little deep. Chunk of mud. Oh boy. This is what happens when you don't have the pin pointer. Thought I heard something in the back. See if there's a quarter in the back. Cannot tell. So we're going to do it this way. Let's see if we can make it work. I don't know what happened to it. Oh, here it is. Deep quarter. Okay. All right. So yeah. Got a red cross on it. And 32 on this side. I don't know. We'll find out more when I get home. There's a quarter. Oh, yesterday I found 9 dimes, but today, no dimes. A little bit of a jump. Alright, a little wet stuff here. That's it. Rock, I'll get a video out on this. There we go. A little more detail. There's a diamond on top. It's got a red cross. 32. Not sure what this is on top in the triangle. That's a 32 down there. Double eagle. And there's some writing inside. There's writing here. I don't know if you can see that. There's a mark here and a mark there. So we'll get back to it. Post it. Check it out. Alright. Feel good. Getting back to this find. As it states, there's a 32 here. Guys, I thought this was a 1932 class ring, but this is what it says here. I'm also a member to treasurenet.com under CZ Kid, just like my YouTube name. It says, although Freemasonry is made up of 3 degrees, the Scottish Rite, which is an appendant body of Freemasonry for a different purpose, uses 29 degrees numbered from 4 to 32, which are not higher than the conventional 3rd Mason degree or Master. Reaching the 32nd degree in the Scottish Rite means full membership with recognition by and peer equality to other Masons throughout the world. Interesting. However, the newer rings, which I see, I don't know if you can really see that, they're 14K and they're painted, and they use cubic zirconia. This, however, tested real diamond, and all the inlays, including the cross, which I thought was red paint, are rubies. Okay, so it's all inlaid with rubies. Obviously this side is gone. There's pieces of ruby on each end, but the main part, you know, the body is open, so you can see the gold back there. The 4 corners, where my thumb is, the corner of my thumb, these 4 corners, not the eagle head, but the 4 corners, also are flush mounted stone type mounts instead of the normal prongs that you normally see, including this diamond, which is flush mount. Those stones are missing. Okay, but behind that double eagle, that's all ruby. Pretty interesting. Here's the 32. I apologize, but I do not know what that signifies here. Maybe that is their emblem or their sign there, the Freemasonry. So yeah, pretty interesting. This is the 10K, so it was a more durable ring, and must be an older ring to me because it is 10K, and I always call 10K men's ring working men's ring because it is a durable ring, as opposed to 14 or 18, which is softer and would mash up pretty easily. So obviously this was on the hand of someone who was out there working. I think the newer rings, being 14K, are mostly for, like, I guess when they go to meetings or you go out to dinner or something, you wear it. But this was definitely a working man's ring. Very nice ring. It is. Again, I thought it was a 1932 class ring, but the first notice I got about that was someone in a boat said, no, this lake or reservoir has not been here that long. He goes, maybe there was an old house in here. He goes, you can't, you know, there were houses everywhere. So he said, maybe that's where it's from. So I don't know. But there it is. Pretty cool stuff. All right. I'll get this out, get this posted. Okay, back at it. Sorted trash. Lake hunting with the Deus, not bad. Still getting used to it. Swinging that 11 by 13 coil in the water, that'll give you a workout. So today's fine. I'm not sure what this is. It looks old. I'm not sure. It could just be a piece of a boat. All this is lake. About the third dig in, got a ring. Another ring. Yeah, as soon as I got back in the water, rings coming out like crazy now. Found some assorted spoons, lures, feathers. Yeah, I don't know what these are called. We didn't use them back home when I came up. I have fished a lot, dive, free dove. I was a free diver, spearfishing and fishing, but we were saltwater people. We didn't. So this, I mean, I'm familiar with a little bit. Great for barracuda. I don't know what the hell you'd catch in that lake with this, but there sure is a lot of it. Gray matter. This is lead. It was actually tied to a line. I don't know what to tell you. There was a fishing line on that. There was a fishing line on this. I think it's the same thing. Probably the same person. It's all wrapped up. This looks kind of old. 1 ounce. And some of these other pieces have turned black. Not much clad. At least not today. So, all in all, it was a good hunt. About 5 hours in the water. Enjoyed myself. Here's another little artificial. And that's it. So, yeah. No markings. I think there's laser etching in there. I can see something, but it's pretty light ring, and I think it's stainless. It came into the 50s. So, all right. That's it. That's the hunt today. Not bad. And of course, yesterday's hunt, found a lot of gray matter, which I like because there's probably going to be rings and jewelry. And also that part of the beach, that mud is mostly sand. And these are not sitting on top of the mud. They're down 4 inches. But it's hell to dig when you're shoulder deep and trying to figure out where your scoop and coil are. I'm still working on that. So, all right. My God. And we hardly used weights when we were fishing. Just throw a live bait out and let them do its thing. Believe me, they'll eat it if they're hungry. Tomorrow we're going to another place about an hour and a half out of here. Miracle Park or something it's called. There's a big lake there, swimming lake, so I'm taking my stuff. I'm gonna leave that in the car tonight and charge up the Deus. Okie dokie. Everybody have a good night.